Welcome to Founders Fortitude, Conversations with Audrie Dollins, a podcast where we uncover the raw realities of being a founder, celebrating the brilliance of the teams, individuals, and families working tirelessly behind the scenes, and explore the fortitude, the unwavering determination it takes to navigate the twists, turns, and triumphs of entrepreneurship and life itself. Each week, we will share candid conversations, actionable insights, and inspiring stories to empower you on your journey. Whether you're building a brand, scaling a business, an online creator and influencer, or pursuing your passions with relentless drive, let's dive into the grit, grace, and growth it takes to thrive. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for joining me today, Penny.
Of course, I'm excited.
I am too.
Yeah.
I have great energy, obviously, thanks to you. I'm going to pop mine open.
Yes, please.
I got to hear that crack.
It's very satisfying.
Oh, it is. So good. I won't slurp it in everybody's ear. I'm going to, though.
I want to hear the sound. I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's so good. And, oh, gosh, that is good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's so good. Penny, I'm excited that you're here because not only is this something that is absolutely amazing to watch somebody do from absolutely nothing, but I got to be a part of it. Like an idea, I say nothing, but like an idea.
Pretty much.
that just, we watched it like be born.
Yeah.
And to be and go, that's why I was like, I have to have Penny on here because I know that this journey of designing, creating the flavors, the idea, everything of a clean energy drink, like it put me out of my box. So I could only imagine how you feel.
Yeah.
So leading into that, tell me a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go on this crazy journey that we have done literally for the past year.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's been a year. It feels like we started working together last month. But then it also feels slow, so it's both. But yeah, I'm a mom of 4. I've got 4 kids at home. I have a great husband. We are chaotically busy all the time. I've always been addicted to energy drinks, so has my husband. It's like our thing for probably 20 years, We'll get into the story of why I decided I needed better alternatives. But yeah, we live a very busy lifestyle.
And you have, what are the ages of your kids?
So I have...
you don't have to give their social security number or anything like that, but it shows, like their ages will show how busy you really are.
Yeah. I have a 13-year-old boy and then a daughter who's 12 and twins that are 11. For like a short period of time in the year, the twins and my daughter are all the same age, if that gives you any indication as to how close they all are.
And how brave you are.
Yeah. It can be chaotic, but now at these ages, it's better. For the first 3 years, we didn't leave the house really to go anywhere.
No.
Because you couldn't.
Yeah.
But now it's good. Everybody has their schedules and they're doing their thing, but it's good. It's fun.
And they're great kids. And I had the pleasure of working with you. I came over a couple times and I watched how your kids and how you parent them and all of that. It says a lot, right?
Yeah.
And how you run your house, and it takes a lot. And you do a great job.
Yeah, just no time for nonsense. We just go.
Well, and throughout the process, I'll say because obviously, like you said, you've been married for so many years, and throughout the process, I would say, what does your husband think about this?
He loves it. He's been my biggest supporter from the beginning. Honestly, I can confidently say I never would have done it if not for him. He's the risk taker. I'm not. I can be supportive of you taking a risk, but me actually being the one to take a risk is far less likely. And he was very encouraging from the beginning, and he's part of the company, and it's been great. But I would say he's very supportive. Yeah.
And he even jumped in as a model.
You did.
We were like, hey, we're going to put you to work, man.
Sexy guy. Yeah, that was great.
I'm like, no, put your hands like this. Nope, hold it like this.
Yeah.
Drink it like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a team player for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it makes a big difference. And, as you know, our podcast is called Founders Fortitude, and I think you are a founder. There's a difference in being a founder and having an idea than just being a business owner. We can all start a business, whether that's a chain or something like that, but being a founder and putting an idea an actual tangible thing,
Yeah.
that is a whole other thing. And that's why fortitude means so much, because we want to stop sometimes. Like, we question ourselves. Like,
what am I doing?
What am I doing? And what I thought this was going to be is not it. And fortitude kind of pushes us through that.
Yep.
So I want to look at these questions, because tell me what Moxy Energy is. And then we'll kind of dive in on all the all the big things that led up to this point.
Yeah. I mean, the best way to describe it is, like I said, my husband and I both, we've drank energy drinks for 20 years. They're our thing. As I got older and wiser and started, both of us have always been very into health and fitness. So just as things progress, right, you start to learn more, you start to read labels more, you start to understand the importance of what's going into your body. So, over the past few years, we've cut all different things out of our diet, but this energy drinks was never something I was willing to really let go. So I was like, well, I'll just find a better alternative. Like, I'm sure there's some out there that don't have the enormous amount of artificial and chemical ingredients in them. There is not. I went and searched high and low. We tried everything. I mean, we couldn't find anything that actually tasted good and performed that didn't have everything that I wanted out of it. And so that was when the idea came, especially as my kids are getting older. And no, I don't market this drink to kids. I know that's frowned upon. So before people come for me, that's not what we're doing. However, if you look at the statistics, one of the biggest consumer groups of energy drinks are between the ages of 14 and 17. So they're drinking it. And my kids have watched us drink it for years. And what am I going to say? No, you can't have one.
Yes.
So it's like, we have to do something better for them, right? Not just for us, but for them. And so that's where the idea was kind of born from. Yeah.
I love that. And it is, it's shocking, the statistics, the analytics.
Yeah.
It's a bagajillion. And when I say bagajillion, that's a new word, but it's a billion, huge with energy drinks.
Huge market.
And they're all not good for you. Even, I'm not going to mention any high name brands, because we like those brands. Yeah. We drink those brands, but they are so popular, but they are not good for you. And I just thought this was such a great idea. And then we met, which we knew each other, but then our worlds collided. Yeah. So what personal moment, personal, professional, where you were like, let's do this, I'm doing this? What was your first step that kind of ties in, the name, the why, the colors, the direction? What was that moment?
It's hard to pin it down. I think it was, we were just we were legitimately, me and Brian, we were in conversations about things in our pantry that I'm getting rid of. Yeah. And we have this drink, with this pre-workout drink that we would always drink before we, go into the gym and stuff. And I was like, we gotta get rid of this. It has artificial sweeteners. They're absolutely terrible for you. And then I look over in the fridge, and there's I won't name the brand either, but my favorite energy drink brand. And I was like, I don't know, I feel like we need to do something about this too. And so we had what I feel were almost joking conversations about making our own. And then I'm a big researcher. I went down a rabbit hole of how would I do this?
I love statistics. Yeah, I love it. How do you do this? Yeah.
And at first I'm so I'm picturing myself in the kitchen with all these powders and liquids and petri dishes and beakers, And I realized you can do that, but that's probably not the way. And it's funny, because people will ask me now, and you can see it on their face. They're like, but how did you create it? Where did it come from?
Yeah.
So I understand it's a weird concept to think about, but I think that was the moment where we were having that conversation. And then I started researching, and I just found some places that, do the formulation. And I was more dream building, talking to my husband. He's like, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because that's his nature. It's not my nature. My nature is I'm just going to talk about it, and then that seems a little bit risky, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. But he was like, why not? Why not let's just see what happens. So that was sort of how it all began.
I laugh when you're kind of saying that, because I think that's why we work so well together, because I'm the let's do it. Yeah. Let's put you out there. Let's get this. Let's do this. And I think I think you need both of those balancing. And not, I don't want to sound, and this sounds so pompous ass, but I think that's when we work together and the design and the things, and we would bounce off of each other, and then like this is what was born. I remember that morning I was like, you sent me the video, and I was like, oh, look at our baby. We had a baby together. Because it took 9 months to literally like get here, and all the things that we had learned from it together. Because you can be in marketing, your background, you're in sales, and all of these things, and you can be in and have all this experience and college degrees, but when you're boots on the ground,
it's different.
It is very different. What made you name it Moxy? Where did that name come from?
So it's funny, when I was thinking about this, there is no answer. Like, it just sort of came into my brain, and I don't know why. But then when it came into my brain, I went to like look up what's the definition of that word. And if you look it up, the definition is like, there's a lot of different things, but it talks about like energy, pep, vigor, right? And then it talks about courage and determination. If you've ever watched like a really old movie, they'll be like, that kid's got moxie.
That kid's got moxie.
I don't know why that was always in my brain, but I just liked it. Like, I thought it sounded good. Obviously, like, I wanted something short and something easy to say and memorable, but I don't know. I felt like the word was just given to me, and then when I looked it up, it made sense, right? Like, you could tie it to what we were doing, so.
Well, and also with that being said, all the layers that make up Moxy. So when I think Moxy, I think about the ingredients, because that is something that you held on to.
Yeah.
When you were formulating, yes, you were learning the processes, but you're like, nope, I want this in there, this in there, this has to be in there. I want this to be told. And I think that's what it was so building for me, because I was learning so much about what makes something vegan, what makes this all natural, and not like what were the toxins, because I don't slow down to know. People throw coffee and creamers and all these energy drinks at me because I'm in marketing and I have to have fuel all day long. But you held on to those ingredients like lion's mane. When you said lion's mane, I didn't realize it was a mushroom. Like, I don't know what that is. So educate me on those ingredients and what they do in Moxy that separates it from those larger name brands that, although they're the cool thing, this is the better thing, and it actually tastes really good.
I would say, I like, there's two components to what makes it different. There's what is not in it and what is in it. The what's not in it was the biggest focus for me from the beginning, because to your point, a lot of people don't know. Like, they may know, okay, artificial sweeteners aren't good for me, but they may not know what are all the words that mean artificial sweeteners on a label. Like, they may just know of one, but there could be 3 other ones that are on the label that you're not realizing. Or artificial preservatives, or artificial colors, which, I mean, obviously we're all learning about that, right? With the red dye, like, how bad are those? Artificial flavors, right? So there was a bunch of different components that I wanted to make sure weren't in it. And you're right, like, you kind of have to stick to your guns with the formulators. Luckily, the formulator I chose, they're very much all about natural brands. So they brought a lot to the table too in terms of recommendations. But even, and it's funny, like, nobody knows what this word is. Like, if you don't like follow some sort of person that talks about this from a health perspective, you probably don't even necessarily know it, but it's called cyanocobalamin.
Don't know that.
It's a form of vitamin B12.
Bless you.
Yeah. So people are like, oh, B12, that's great. But that particular form of B12, which is in 99% of energy drinks, is synthetically created. So it's made in a lab, it's made with chemicals. It's actually made with a cyanide molecule as part of the chemical makeup. And over 40% of the population can't process it properly, so it really provides no value to them. Like, they need a methylated version of this vitamin. These are things that people don't necessarily know they should care about, but I cared about them. And so I was like, those are the things that I want to take out, right, and put the better versions in. it's clear why people don't, right? Like, it costs more.
Well, I mean, I just said it to you. I'm like, I don't have time to work out, and anything I'm consuming, because my whole time in life goes to supporting clients and marketing and deadlines and team members.
Yep.
And so if I'm grabbing something, like, I'm leaving that up to the experts to make me healthy and kind of hone in on what they're great at, while I'm over here honing in on what I think I'm great at.
Yeah.
But, like, if I grab something, like, I hope that somebody is taking care of me without knowing it. That leads back to our children, because the fact that I have a 16-year-old daughter, I have a 21-year-old son, and they are pounding these things, and because it's not illegal for them to walk in and buy it.
Yeah.
No, we're not marketing it to them, but they can still walk in there and buy what they want, and we can't control that.
And I think, and this speaks to kind of how we work together, like that. Other than, okay, what ingredients do we want to take out? What good ingredients do we want to put in? You'll remember this. My big thing was it needs to be cool, because there are drinks out there that have, like, tried to go better. Like, they're still not to my standards, but they're trying and they're doing the things. But the majority of them are either really targeted towards a specific group, like maybe women, or they're not cool. Like, they're kind of like hippie, random, weird tea beverages and things.
Yeah.
No teenager wants to go in and pick that up. Like, that's not what they're going to pick up off the shelf.
Yeah.
They want something that makes them feel cool when they're drinking it, right? Adults want something that's cool. A man doesn't want to drink a drink that looks like it was made for a woman, and vice versa. And so it was like, we need to make this appeal to everybody, and we need to make it have a cool factor, like, not this weird, random hippie drink, right? I want the masses to want it, because that's the only way to get it out there.
And it makes me laugh because, of course, I'm in marketing, we connect, and then we were having a meeting with our fellow friends at the Dumb Zone, Jake and Dan, and Jake is really big into working out, and you're really big, like, I have friends that work out, y'all are all, like, do amazing things in CrossFit and all these things, and I'm like, I don't know what this is or isn't supposed to taste like. And Jake had mentioned, like, he drinks greens and all of that, and he knows how important this drink is. But like he said, most of them are kind of like have that hippie thing. Like, if you're clean or you have this type of thing, it's not necessarily, it's found in certain stores, but it's not marketed as an everyday thing where it's healthy. That's also branded to be cool, because
or it tastes
really bad.
Yeah, and not good. It loses the appeal of what an energy drink is, right?
Yes.
Like, there's a certain expectation of what that's going to taste like and what it's going to do. And so if you lose one of those, then it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to buy it.
And what's also great is, like, shout out to the Dumb Zone that took your Moxy to the Dallas Cowboys.
I know. How cool is that?
Yeah, that was really cool. DeMarcus Ware was there, and of course he was having a little bit of drink with Moxy, and I think that kind of goes too, you said it markets to everyone, and athletes, with the energy levels and this being natural, they just took those, what are the sniffer things, like, they get bursts of energy, like, that's unhealthy. They're not going to provide those for them. And so our society is moving to cleaner energy, cleaner health.
People are getting smarter.
They're getting smarter.
Yeah.
And it's very important to athletes. And then, like you said, to moms, this hits everybody.
Yeah.
For the college student, the mom, the athlete, the person that works out, and to the marketer that never sleeps.
Exactly. We welcome all.
Okay, so as we reflect on all of this level of growth that Moxy's done in the past year, coming from idea to real life, and you've already launched so many sales. I have people telling me that they order it and have, like, are repeat customers. What advice would you give to someone that has an idea that they want to put into fruition? What would you tell them looking back over this past year?
I mean, I would say, number one, we live in a world that makes that relatively easy. And I don't mean it's easy to do, but it's easy to look into, right? So if you have an idea and it seems like too big, right, or it seems like something that you don't know or understand, I mean, to your point earlier, I'm in technology sales for my real life job, and I've done that for 15 years. So I don't know anything about launching a CPG product. I don't know how to build, a drink, right? right? But we live in a world that has pretty much all the information that you want at your fingertips. So I think just take the initiative to go look into, you know, whatever it is that you want to do and just take action. Find somebody, you know, my husband was it for me, but find somebody that's going to push you and support you in doing it, hold you accountable, that sort of thing. And then be patient. Like, it takes a lot longer than you think. I'm a very impatient person in the sense of, like, most of the time, like, my computer doesn't work as fast as my head does. And so I'm impatient. Like, I want things to happen right away. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So.
But I also think it holds people accountable. I think you and I discuss that a lot too. It's like, you have to be, like you said, you need to surround yourself with someone that helps push you, but you also have to hold people accountable. And if you want that product or you want that, you have to check in on people, check people. If this is not something you want or this is not the way that it's going, you have to be strong enough to say, oh no, I don't like that. Because it's your brand, it's your investment. Your time is your investment, no matter the money, but it's still your brand. And there were certain things that we both supported each other. It's like, not that the companies that we were working with were not great. We were like, no, we don't like that. Like, or should we do this? Took their opinions and they were like, no, we want this. I mean, let's just talk about like the top of the can. I think they told us to potentially remove it at some point, and we're like, no, that needs to be at the top of the can. And those things where you can take people's thoughts or opinions, and people have a lot of opinions that are not doing it themselves.
They sure do.
And I'm sure they have them right now.
Oh yeah.
So then what's the fortitude that helps you drown that out and keep going?
I mean, I just think, like, I've always kind of lived with the mantra of I can do whatever I set my mind to. I thrive in chaos. I mean, that's probably why I had 4 kids under the age of 3. You know, I loved college. I loved to take as many classes as I could at once because I thrive in those environments. Even though I may seem crazy, like, I can function really well in those environments. And so, I mean, I think it's just, in my mind, if I put my mind to it, I can do it. Doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm doing. Doesn't mean that there's a lot to figure out and learn. But I kind of refuse to fail sort of mentality. And so it's like, whatever I need to do, whatever I need to learn is what I'm going to do to get to kind of the next step.
I think that's the best advice that someone could ever listen to, because people are waiting for that moment for anything to calm down. It's never going to calm down. There's always going to be something. Life is life, and you just kind of I mean, it's like, no matter if it's kids, family, I mean, let's hope it's always going to be there, but it's like, you have to take it and just push through and hold on to that vision. And my second thing to this is, and I will say this, like, you have a really great friend. And I told her how proud I was of you, and tears just rolled out of her face in public. And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to make you cry, because she was so proud of you. And those are the people, like, of course, they have opinions. They have, like, everybody's going to give their opinion, but you hold tight and you surround yourself with people that are willing to cry for you in public, you know? I was like, oh no, I'm proud of her too. I didn't mean to make you cry. But those are the people. And we get blessed with great family, but then those people that are just your family because they choose it.
Well, and you know, like, and you need multiple of those people, right? Like, my husband's a phenomenal supporter, and he encourages me, and he helps with the business. But then the friend that you're talking about, she was through this entire process. Like, you need somebody in a photo shoot? You want me to fly with you to go, like, visit the lab? Yeah, I'll do all those things. I'll taste test for you. You know, so you need people that are just going to be your cheerleader and just help, right? Like, that's, you can't do it by yourself. That's the other thing that I'm learning in this process. I learned this in my regular life too. I'm not a great delegator. Like, I want to do it all. I want to do it the way that I want to do it. It would take me longer to teach you, so I'm just going to do it myself. Like, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. But you can't do something like this by yourself. Like, you have to have those people. It's important.
100%. I say, and I think therapy and therapists are great, but get you some honest, real friends, best friends, and they are worth every out, like they're such a huge blessing. And I saw on a podcast with Charlize Theron and on Call Her Daddy, and she talked about her girlfriends, and she's like, those are the fucking warriors in our life. We wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think husbands are best friends. I hear that often. But there's it's so different.
It's different.
And how she said, like, my best friends are fucking warriors. They are.
Yeah,
I mean, they get the worst, best, every roller coaster, all the mom talk, all the husband talk, all the life talk, all the business talk, and that, I think that is, like,
and you gotta find
key.
the ones that are willing to call you out and like, be real.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just not worth it.
I've had a few of those phone calls too, like, hey, let's talk about it. I'm like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And those are the ones you keep that aren't scared to tell us that we're kind of assholes sometimes.
Yeah, it happens.
It's fine. What do you see in the next? So you launched. I'm like, did we launch in? Like, I'm a part of it.
July 11th, yeah.
So what do you see in the next 6 months? What are big things that you see or envision for Moxy?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing, like, what starts happening as soon as the product is out there in the world. And I mean, it's funny, we talked about people and their opinions, and I launched 30 days ago or 45 days ago, and people are like, so, like, why aren't you in all the stores? Like, why aren't you in?
Yeah,
no, that's easy. That's no big deal.
Yeah, let me just do that.
Stores. Yeah. So, but that's the vision, right? Right now we sell online. It's direct to consumer. That's great, but that's not, like, the long-term goal. So, I mean, obviously we keep building that and we keep doing that, but just going out and having, now that we have product, we can go out and have conversations with retailers, and that's really the next big piece that I want to tackle. Because, it's such an impulse buy, right? Like, you want to be in the gas station and you want to be in the grocery store when somebody's thinking about it, versus they have to order online, they have to wait for it to get, both are fine, both are needed, but I think we serve a lot bigger market if we can get onto retail shelves, and so that's, I would say, what I'm most excited about. Does that happen the next 6 months? No. In my head it does.
But it is. I mean, you are getting in on locations right now because people are discovering, tasting, loving, and it takes time. But like you said, like, of course we would have done it. This would have been
why wouldn't I be in Target? I don't know. Yes. So it's a work in progress, but certainly I would say the biggest thing we're focused on.
Well, that is so exciting. I am so thankful that we got to be a part of it here, and everything that I got to learn was so fantastic. I'm so excited for you. We are total Moxy fans. I see people reaching out to you and sharing Moxy because I know it's going to be. You're gonna be sitting. I say we. I keep saying we because I'm like I helped. But I think you're going to be sitting pretty next year. I can't wait to see what that 1 year's time that goes by so fast.
Yeah.
So,
well, I will say you guys have been incredible to work with, and I said it when I walked in the door with you, I think in the first meeting, like, this is not, like, designing a label and making pretty things is not my wheelhouse. And so, you guys crushed the website and just all the different aspects of it. I think it was a shared vision that came together really well. To your point, I think we fed off of each other really well. Like, it's like marriage. Like, you have to have this person and this person, and they work really well together because you bring different things to the table. So, I mean, I think that was great. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It hasn't been that long, but just the feedback, and even when you're in sort of your own sphere and that's who's buying, I mean, yes, we're outside of people that we know necessarily, but that's a lot of it. To see the number of repeat customers that are, like, repeatedly buying, and just to get the real honest feedback now that it's out there, and because that's what you're afraid of when you put your name and heart and everything into something. It's like, what if people don't actually think it tastes good, or what if they, like, buy it one time and they're like, cool. But we're just getting such good feedback and just repeat customers that I think it just solidifies everything, right? Like, it was a need, it's solving a problem, it tastes good, like, we did something right, so let's keep building on it.
I am so excited, and I agree 100%, and watching the positive feedback come in, and just, I just get so excited every time I see people share it, like on your Instagram and all of that.
Yes.
So where can people shop and buy Moxy, and where can they follow you at?
Yeah, so Drink Moxy is the handle across all social media, and the website is drinkmoxy.com. And so right now, predominantly, unless you live in Gunner, Texas, or Salina, Texas, online is where you're going to get it. We sell it by the case right now, so it's not like you're buying one can, right? You get a case of them. We've got 3 different flavors that people can try out. But yeah, I would say go online. We would love the followers, right? We're like such a baby on Instagram and all the places. So yeah, we would love people to come follow the journey and see what it's all about.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to finish my Moxy and kick the day.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. That's
you
it.
did so great.
You did great. I was like... Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Founders and Fortitude, Conversations with Audrie Dollins. For details and links from our incredible guests, be sure to check out our show notes. You might even find exclusive discounts and special items we share that aren't even mentioned during the show. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to leave a 5-star review. It truly helps us grow and continue sharing valuable insights with you. You can connect with me daily on Instagram at Audrie Dollins, AudrieDollins, and don't forget to visit my website at audriedollins.com, where you'll find years of blogs packed with tips and insights to help you thrive. As always, capture, brand, and engage, and let's do big things.